What's up, everyone? It's me, back at it again. Who would have thought? Okay. Anyways, kind of kind of disappointed about the Lakers, but you know, it's just another game till the end of the year. Then it's starting over again. Um, I can't even say it's like Russell's fault. Like a lot of people might be thinking, it's just not. I don't know, the smartest thing to say, to be honest, because he's a professional basketball player, and you miss some, you make some. Like, that's just, it is what it is. And when you're playing basketball, you don't always get the ball, you don't always get what you need, and it doesn't always go in. It is what it is. And I mean, I think his stats are a lot lower than they were previous years, but I think the Lakers just have a team full of good players that could be on a starting five on another team and be very productive as long as they can, have a lot of gas in the tank. But yeah, it's apparent that the Lakers are, I don't want to say tanking, but they are thinking the rest of the season. I hope they're thinking that the rest of the season is going to go well, so they can at least make it to the playing games and at least make it to the playoffs, because they're not going to make it to the finals like the way they're playing. But I mean, they have a chance to get somewhere, at least the second round, at least. Because depending on who they play, if they play like if they have to play a hard team, they just might not, like even the Suns. Like, yeah, if they have to play the Suns, I don't even know if that'll work out for them, because they ain't even winning without Chris, with Chris Paul in it, or without Chris Paul in the lineup. So, yeah. But anyways, I'm actually pretty tired. Yesterday was my first full day. I try to get as much rest as I can. I even overslept a little bit. Normally I get up at 7. I think I got up at like 7:30 today. But it is what it is. Just like I said, it's another day. I gotta prepare for it. Pretty much the same way, even if I have less time. But it's just I have to speed up that process. Doesn't bother me too much to do that, honestly, as long as I don't do it all the time. I think that little bit of time you get when you're going to work, when you're going to school, wherever you're doing, like when you're getting ready for something, you want that time. Like, that time sometimes is your time to collect yourself or do whatever that it is that you need to do. Like that. And I like having that time. I know when my kids were younger, of course, you just didn't have it. Yeah, it was, they're there. They're always at your hip, and I loved every minute of it. And then, of course, as they get older, they separate themselves because they have their own interests. They like their own things, which is awesome. They are their own people, so it's not a bad thing by any stretch of the imagination, except for when they have to leave. Is like, my youngest is going to the Philly trip on Thursday. He'll be gone for 10 days, and that's going to be the longest time he's ever been gone. And I know that for a fact that he's not going to enjoy the whole trip, because I know he's a little bit of a homebody. but I know he'll make it. I think the experience alone, since he'll be, going to like Gettysburg, I think, or Capitol. Uh, Anyways, wherever he does go, I know that he'll enjoy that experience probably a little bit more than just worrying about being home. I know he has to do a lot of like reports and stuff just so that he can um, say that it's not just like a field trip, it's more of an educational field trip. So they do still have to do reports and study and learn and go through things, which is pretty awesome. I know that they probably might not like the idea of having to do all of this right now, but after it's done and over with and they go through the experience, I know they're gonna like that more than they'll remember having to do the test or whatever. So uh, I'm not gonna enjoy the 10 days that he'll be gone, because he's always there. He's like a mini me in a sense, with curly hair. Uh, but I think he's a lot more like me in a sense. But um, he certainly has grown into his own self. Meaning he's separated himself from needing to be by our side at all times, and uh, he became funnier, this cool version of himself, and it wasn't like he was trying to do that or anything. It just naturally became him because that's who he is. And but yeah, I don't like it when they have to leave. That sucks for me. Um, that's just mostly because I'm wanting to make sure that they're all right. I'm gonna like text them or whatever before they go to bed, and see how the day went. If they want to talk, I mean, kids aren't like the most talkative kids at all times. Sometimes they just want to go through their own things and be themselves, and that's cool too. But I'm just gonna worry. That's just me. I've always been like that. I really, really would have liked to have that opportunity, when I was a kid, to be able to like call my parents, or have my parents call me at certain times, especially when I was doing stuff away. Technology has really, really brought us closer together as families, and that's the biggest thing that you can take away from technology. Even if you look at all the other spectrums of technology, bringing us together is probably what makes us all unique, because we're all able to express that, but makes us all the same because we love to communicate. I like it too. So anyways, I'm gonna get going. So have a good night.